Hey everyone, this is Scott from Minneapolis, Minnesota, and I just wanted to, first of all, I've never done a Facebook Live, so if this is a little goofy, then my apologies. So anyways, I have just wrapped up the EAC program, and I've been asked if I would be willing to share some of my experiences, and I said sure. And so that's kind of what I'm talking about. I just wanted to mention when I first got, when I was seeking out something before all this, I hadn't actually dated anyone for about 3 years, and I felt really stuck in a rut. And I didn't really know how to get out of it. And in all areas, my job, everything, I just felt really down and kind of like I was doing the same thing day after day after day. And I would see friends of mine who would be getting married and having kids, or maybe even dating and breaking up and then dating again. And then the whole time I was sitting there on my couch, the whole time watching this on my Facebook. And so I was like, I'm really tired of this. And I had even gotten to the point where people would ask me if I was dating anyone, and I would just answer, I would just say, I just don't think it's in the cards for me. I just kind of accepted that as my fate, and that's just kind of the way it was. I've always felt myself as being a little different, and especially with regard to gay men. And so I just kind of figured, maybe that's just how it goes this time around. So anyways, I don't know, I guess it was September, October, not that long ago, although, God, yeah, it doesn't really feel that long. It wasn't even a year ago. I actually decided to pursue certification in health and life coaching at the suggestion of a friend, and one of the things they suggest is also seeking coaching. And so I thought, relationships, gay relationships, I've kind of thrown in the towel, but maybe I can give it one more go through this. And so I signed up for the EAC program, and I kind of did that simultaneously while I was also doing the certification training, and I was working full time, which was a little nutty, but somehow I made it all work because I was that motivated to do anything that was different. And so, fast forwarding, after having completed, what I can say is that I feel that I feel lighter when I go into certain circumstances. I'm not carrying all this baggage. I've gone through the program. We've kind of gone through all these modules and journaling, and which to me was the best part of the program. There's a multifaceted kind of bit to it, so there are all these different ways that you can be engaged in the program, but it allowed me to kind of work through like a lot of stuff. And now when I've gone in to meet people or engage in situations, I'm not really carrying this baggage anymore, so it's lighter, and I feel like I can just accept the situation as it is and not have that story that's like going on, or that fear or replaying of some awful thing that happened before. I can just be like, not that it's gone, it's still there, but I can kind of tuck it to the side a little bit and just be present and enjoy myself and have fun. I've actually, after a number of years, 3 years without going on dates, I've actually gone on a number of dates throughout this program, sometimes multiple a week, which is funny to me, but and I was able to, with each person, just be present and enjoy myself and enjoy their company, and allow them to be them and to actually fully be me. And even in other areas of my life, work, family, I've been able to fully present myself, which I haven't really felt like I've been able to do in the past, or I haven't allowed myself to do. And so I've not only been enlightened from that baggage, but it's also allowed me to be bold and to engage and to seek out, and most importantly to express what I want, which is the thing that I had never really done before. I had always just kind of kept that back and just assumed the other person would get what they want, or that like there even had to be like a match like that, like a kind of a tit for tat sort of thing. So anyways, yeah, so there was that. And I also loved being able to work through um, the um, the modules and the kind of writings, which really allowed me to discover a lot. And it allowed me then, there's a Facebook page that you go and you share, and it was really great to commiserate with others who were also having similar explorations, and kind of learn from them and kind of take what fit and just kind of appreciate what maybe didn't necessarily fit my situation, but to really have that camaraderie. And part of it was there was a live event that I went to, and it was kind of early on for me, but it was fun seeing some of these faces that I had been seeing repeatedly. And then it was fun to continue working beyond that, having seen people and kind of shared that experience. And I have gained some friendships from it that I'm assuming will continue beyond this. And one other thing I wanted to point out was that I've also seen therapists for years. I'm kind of a little bit of a therapy addict. I kind of like it. And plus work covers my therapy right now, so that's always an added bonus. So I will have to say that therapy is really great, in my experience, for understanding things and having perspective. And of course, there are other issues that require therapy, like maybe addiction issues or mental health issues. But for me, it just was really better for understanding and getting a new perspective. But in my experience, coaching really is what leads to taking change and enacting change and taking these new perspectives and actually doing something with it. And in my short time, in my short time of doing this, not even a year, I feel like I've made so many more changes than I've ever made in the years of therapy that I've done off and on throughout the years. So it's really, I feel optimistic now, and I don't feel, it's so funny, I was thinking about this earlier. I had mentioned that bit about just saying it wasn't in the cards for me, and I realized that I haven't said that in a long time, and that alone is something that means a lot to me. And I really feel like in a better place, and in, like I mentioned, all areas, and just the fact that of having gone on date, even my idea of what a date has changed, which is really enabled me to have more, which is something I've really enjoyed and hope to continue. So that is basically it in a nutshell of my my story. I would say if you were interested in this or anything, I would say check into it, ask about it. I'm sure you could ask Zach or Andrew, or I'm sure there are coaches that might be up here somewhere in the feed of this or in other conversations. Just ask them, what is this exactly? What all does it entail? And, what would I be investing in myself? And then kind of decide from that whether that's something that makes sense for you. Or would work for you, either now or maybe sometime in the future. Although that can be dangerous if you if you wait too long to do something. Or there are other programs or even other things that aren't even related to any of this. But my suggestion would just be do something, because it's one thing to it's okay to spin wheels for a little bit, but not for years. You're worthy. You're worthy of what you want in life, and you're worthy of pursuing it too. So that's all I got. So I wish you all well, and have a good one.